Guys, welcome back to another episode on Kristie versus Kitchen Day in the Life of Prep. This is going to be a really awesome video because I am going to be taking you on my travel adventures this week. We are headed to Big Bear and it's going to be awesome. So I'm going to show you guys like how I prep, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go over my check-in as soon as I get feedback from my coach. But today I wanted to address something because I keep getting this comment. So it's just time to address it. I wanted to talk about something that I have said in the past, why I said what I said. I don't feel like I have to explain myself, but I also feel like this is really important because just because you've said something in the past or you believe something in the past doesn't mean that you can't change. What I have said in the past was I would never compete again. And I hope this is the last time that I talk about this because I want to leave the past in the past and just move forward. Competing for me, even though I absolutely loved it, competing was the one thing in my life that I could really control. I would be called very selfish because you have to be selfish in this sport because you put in a lot of time in the gym, you're not drinking alcohol, you don't want to go out on late nights because you're tired, and you know, it takes a lot of self-investment, and so it's really important that you have a really solid support system in your life. I always felt a level of guilt doing it, but it was also something that I kept doing because it was, like I said, the one thing in my life that I could control. The last show that I did, I went to nationals and I took 8th place. And the feedback that I had gotten was that I was too muscular. And in the sport of bikini, the trends change. And so the trend that year was smaller, less muscular. And this was the smallest I had ever been. I came in incredibly lean, very, very small. We had cut a lot of lean mass. At that time, I was not in a good place internally because I knew my relationship was most likely going to end. I could feel internally there was an inevitable end to it. I was in a very, very negative mindset, especially with food and exercise. The thought of tracking macros and going to the gym gave me a lot of anxiety. The feeling of being hungry, it was not good. Binge eating, emotional eating because of what was going on in my life. And so I was making the excuse that it was competing that was driving all of this bad behavior, and it wasn't competing. It was because I couldn't get a handle of what was going on in my life. And I was mad and disappointed in myself that I couldn't get my drive back, like I couldn't get back into the groove. And it was because I was in a survival mode where that was where all of my attention and focus needed to go. I was so sad every time I looked in the mirror, because my body changed so rapidly, and then being diagnosed with Hashimoto's and everything like that. Like I was a literal mess, and I blamed it all on competing. And that is why I said a lot of the things that I said, and that I was like, oh, I will never compete again. So basically now, why I've decided to compete again is because I'm in a completely different phase in my life. I'm no longer in that survival mode. As all of the pieces in my life have settled, I could feel that there was something missing, and that was competing. Like I knew that I needed to go after what I had left on the table. And so when I brought the idea of competing to Eric, he was like, yes. He was like, do it. I just was like, okay, let's do it. And since I've started prep, so many things have manifested in my life. I kind of think of like Michael Jordan coming out of retirement where he was like, I'm done with basketball. And then he comes back, and that's not that I'm Michael Jordan, but that's kind of how I viewed it. And I knew that I was gonna get some comments about things that I had said in the past, but I now see that I can show you guys that it is okay to change, that it is okay to change your mind and change your opinion because, hey, guess what? People change. So that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like it. Make sure to leave a comment. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback and your guys' thoughts. So without further delay, let's get into it. So I just submitted my check-ins to my coach, and I just want to say how freaking excited I am about the progress that I made this week. Like I said last time, I felt much leaner this week. Like I could just feel the sharpness. I just felt like I looked a lot more sharp this week than a soft versus last week. My glutes are up a quarter of an inch. I've been focusing on glutes a lot these past 4 weeks, and so I'm just overall so excited with how fast my body is getting back into the conditioning that it used to be in. Like, I'm so happy. Overall, I'm feeling really good this week, and I'm really excited to hear what the feedback is, because my weight was actually up, but my glute measurements were too. So you can clearly see less body fat, more lean mass. This power of reverse dieting and hitting the gym really hard. Also, on a side note, I got some really epic exciting news about my program, Girl Hustle Trainer. It is officially accredited by NASM and AFAA, meaning that I am providing continuing education for trainers. I got that news yesterday, and I'm just like over the moon. Overall, it's been an epic week. I will be taking you guys on a little travel adventure. So I'm gonna show you guys how I pack. So it's gonna be really good. So I would just like to show you all what I'm currently eating. It's delicious. This is what I've been eating before I go to the gym, but it's really good. Got back from the gym, I'm eating breakfast, sticking with that oatmeal, and I've got egg whites this morning. The pile of crap we're bringing is growing. This is what we've accumulated, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So, plus I've got my supplements all ready to go. So yeah, as far as supplements go, that's what we've accumulated so far. Okay, just quickly before we head out on this vacation, I did just get my update from my coach, and he is 100% in agreement that I'm looking sharper this week, and so it's just a minor update. We are just going to increase cardio just slightly, and then we are going to continue to reverse calories up, and so that means more carbs, and yeah, I love it. I love when I see food go up and my body's responding so well. So that's the update this week. I'm going to make some adjustments, and there will for sure be a gym where we're going, and I 100% know if I can stay 95% on point while I'm gone, I am going to have a really great next check-in. So I'm really excited to see how that is when I get back. So I'm going to go start packing, and then we're gonna hit the road. On our way to get some groceries, and it should be good. Push that cart. A lot of good stuff. Really impressed that the grocery store here had basically everything that we have at home. So really happy about that. All right, made it to the gym. It's actually a pretty dope gym, so I'm gonna try to film a couple of the workouts. We are in incredibly high elevation, so I'm debating on what workout I'm gonna do. We're gonna see how I feel once I get started. But yeah, super excited that they had a good gym. I had a really good breakfast, so I'm ready to go. Let's hit it. Okay, that workout was so good. I was expecting the cardio to be a lot harder. I did incline walking, but I actually did pretty good. What was actually hard was weights. It was like me versus the iron today. They were very heavy, and I know it's just because of, you know, the elevation we're in, the lack of oxygen, but cardio was good. So I'm gonna stretch now and then head back and eat, and I'll take you guys on the adventure for the rest of the day.
What'd you just do?
Did shoulders, did some glutes, and I did some cardio.
What you doing? What you eating?
Some icon meals.
Lincoln Bio?
Lincoln Bio.
What's it? No sugar ketchup?
No sugar.
Oh no.
Brian doesn't believe in no sugar.
I'm not okay with it. Like, it's only 5 less calories per serving, and it's massively less tasty. I threw it away because sugar-free ketchup shouldn't be eaten by anyone.
What you eating, babe?
Icon.
Icon meals? Icon meals
Haven't
number...
you eaten the same one?
Number...
Like earlier today?
Okay, so
She really loves Icon meals.
all right, so we all got Indian food, but I did my own rice, chicken, and I'm just drizzling sauce. That's how you not have FOMO and stay on track.
Yeah.
This is our last day, last morning. So sad, but it has been absolutely amazing. It's been so great to disconnect and reconnect with some of our very best friends. It's been just so amazing. I'm really gonna miss this view. I stayed about 95% on point with food, hit the gym, and I feel really good about my efforts. I'm excited to see what my check-in is gonna look like this week, how my progress is gonna be, but overall feeling really good and revived and ready to get back to work. So I just want to say thank you again for watching another episode on Kristie vs. Kitchen. Make sure to let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought of this, if this helped with your traveling goals. I hope this gave you guys some ideas and that it is 100% possible to stay on point and have the best time ever. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next week.